Yo guys, what's going on? Robert Warshack here, and this new mini set, we have a bit of a problem. However, the problem is not the mini set itself. We played for about 5-6 hours today on stream. Actually, it was closer to 7. And all of the new cards, the Terran stuff feels awesome, the Zerg stuff feels awesome, the Protoss stuff seems a little slow, but still awesome. All of the new StarCraft mini set cards seem really cool, much better than I expected. However, the problem comes from actually an older neutral card that's been kind of, I wouldn't say running rampant, but it's been gaining a lot of popularity in a rogue deck that Jay Alexander's been playing, and that's the Shaffar rogue. This card in itself right now, in combination with this new Zerg card, the 1-mana 1/1 make a copy of itself. I'll show some clips while I was explaining this, but we saw this deck very little at the start of today, and then throughout the day, the frequency of the Hunter deck that takes advantage on being able to get the Shaffar out so quickly, and then you give a minion in your hand +3/+3 and this spell burst, and then if you put it on a card that summons itself, you get 2 spell bursts, and then if both those spell bursts lands on another card that copies itself, it multiplies. So earlier today we played a Hunter, and it had like 11 copies of the spell burst on each minion, which gives then another minion 11 spell burst copies each. And it's a 1-mana 1/1 copy itself, so the minion itself, you can just like play a 1-mana like 60/60 with rush because the location gives the Zerg rush. And again, I should be showing on the screen what this deck can do. It can do this as soon as like turn 3, 4, or 5 pretty much, and it's really consistent because Hunter has a lot of targeted draw, and also this is like one of its only minions besides the Natalie, so you're always pretty much going to have Shaffar by turn 3 or 4 the latest. So we got a bit of a problem here. We've seen stuff in the past that was an issue like this, like the Serenite Chain Gang. For those of you who remember way back with Shutter, this Chain Gang copied itself, and then they actually made a change to Serenite Chain Gang where it just said it creates another Serenite Chain Gang, which is not a copy of itself. So even if you buffed up the original card, it would always summon a card of the same stats of what it originally was supposed to be. With the Zerg, you could do this, so one Zerg could be juiced, the other one's not, but you still get the benefit of the buff. However, I think we just need to go to the root of the problem, which is the Nexus Prince Shaffar. It's already in quite a few other decks that do some sort of scammy stuff with charge minions, because you can juice this up with South Sea Deckhand with Rogue, and then you have the Pirate that combos and he makes a copy of himself, which again copies the effect of Shaffar, which again can continuously keep buffing the cards in your hand with more Shaffar procs with the spell burst. So you can get out of hand, like I said, it just gets out of hand too quickly. Getting charged down in the face and dying in 1 turn to a 30 damage OTK on turn 6, not, in my opinion, not that fun. And also, again, just playing against Hunter, who's going to put anywhere between 40/40 and 60/60 stats against you on turn 4 to 6 every game. It's, like I said, very consistent. This card has to be immediately changed, in my opinion, for this mini set to shine. So generally, with balance changes, they take, you know, a week or 2 to get all of the data in, and then they'll make a balance change to like really popular cards and or really low performing cards, and buff the lower cards up and nerf the higher cards down. However, this is going to be one of those times like Demon Hunter where I think to save and preserve this honeymoon period of what is a very, very cool mini set, I mean, StarCraft mini set, like I said, the cards have been super fun. There's so many decks to play right now with the starships and just things that you can do. It's opened up a lot. I didn't even get through 5% of the decks I wanted to try today. The decks that I did play were all very fun. We did some like Light Show Protoss Mage, which unfortunately just got slaughtered by this Hunter deck. And then we actually got to play some Terran Starship Control Warrior, which did really, really good. Really surprised about the Terran cards. But yeah, anyway, very, very, very fun mini set. Cards are looking great. Again, much better than expected. However, it will get outshined, and it will feel terrible if this card doesn't get changed here. And then the Zergling card, we'll see. In itself, there's not a problem with Zergling. It's when you abuse it with cards like this that give it stats. But I think Zergling, we should just change Shaffar. Honestly, a quick ban on this until they can figure out the perfect solution would be great. But yeah, hopefully we'll see that in the next... I'm pushing 1 to 2 days just because I love when new cards come out and I want the new cards to see play. And by the end of today, 50% of my games were against Shaffar Hunter deck. I queued against, I think, 3 or 4 of them just straight up in a row as soon as I hit top 1000 legend, and it was just horrible. So I got off like right after that. I was like, we had a good time. I'm not going to keep playing if, like, you know what I mean, if people are just going to try to abuse this deck within a cut, like it felt pretty bad. So hopefully you guys, depending on where you guys are playing and seeing, hopefully you don't see this, but again, this card needs to be changed just so we have an amazing mini set release and it doesn't ruin the honeymoon phase, which is what we always get when new cards come out. So yeah, looking forward to them changing this, hopefully sooner rather than later. If they wait 2 weeks, this mini set will be cooked, and we're just gonna go right back to Path of Exile 2. That game's also been a ton of fun. And then for those of you who do want to catch me live on Twitch, I have my main account, which I stream Hearthstone 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and then we have the alternate account, which also should be in the description below, called the World of Warshack. That's where I stream every other game besides Hearthstone. So I've been streaming a lot of Path of Exile 2, probably doing like 4 to 8 hours of that alongside of also Hearthstone streams. So it's been a good time. And as always, guys, catch you in the next episode. After this will be the best decks so far, and I'm sure you guys I'm sure you guys already know they're gonna be some Shaffar decks. But yeah, as always, I'm Rob Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is. All right, just as I finished making this video, I look on Twitter while it's rendering, and it looks like the balance upcoming change is going to be banning Shaffar from Standard and Wild. So this is good. So this video was good, minus the fact that it was obsolete before I got to post it, but I'm going to post it anyway. But it's good. The card's banned. This is good. So carry on. The mini set. Good.